All right, now it's your turn to try. I have 4 examples, each of them with an arrow next to them. Be careful what the question's asking for, and see if you can get the answer to these 4. Pause the video, do all 4 of them, and come back and we'll see if you get the right answer. All right, let's see how you did. pH to pOH, question number 1. If you use your little diagram, all you got to do is subtract from 14. This was the easiest question. 14 minus 9.4, answer 4.6. That was 1 step. That's all there was to that one, and I'll show you on my calculator. That's the answer I got. Okay? Second example, and I'll switch calculators, so depending on which type you have, you can match. H to pH, that's also 1 step. So I'm going to use the minus log to get me there. So I'm going to use negative log. And the number was 6.34 times 10 to the negative third. Enter. 2.197, so that rounds to what, 2.20 approximately? You should get really close to that, about 2.2. And there's my answer on my calculator so you can see it. You'll notice there's no power out there. It's not times 10 to anything. Okay? In the third example, I asked for pOH and then I wanted H. Be careful, that's an OH to an H. So the first thing I have to do is I got to take 14 minus 4.1. I got to convert that into a pOH, excuse me, a pH of 9.9. Now I got to put the negative on it, use 10 to the x. So I'm going to use 10 to the x of negative 9.9. 1.25, or 1.26, excuse me, times 10 to the negative 10th. There it is on my screen. 1.26 times 10 to the negative 10th. And there's the answer. They could ask me any question. If they asked me if it was an acid or base, I look at pH. That's above 7, so 9.9, it's a base. If they ask me, from all this mathematics, what would litmus paper do? Well, in pH, if it's a base, it would turn blue. That's an easy question. I might have to do some math to know some things, but I know litmus turns bases blue, so that makes it easy. The last one's the hardest one. You're going to have to take H to pH, take pH to pOH, and then reverse it into this. So there's like 3 steps. If you can do this one, you can do any question that's asked of you. So I'm going to switch calculators. Here's how you do it. 5.2 times 10 to the negative 9th. Log key, that's at 8.3. So my pH was 8.3. To get pOH, I'm going to take 14 minus 8.3. Answer 5.7. Now I'm going to take that 5.7, put the negative back on it, do 10 to the x. Oh, that's a bunch of decimals, so I'm going to switch it to scientific mode. 1.995 times 10 to the negative 6, and you should be close to that. But what happens if I round it at 2 times 10 to the negative 6? You can tell you are right at that answer. That's good enough. 1.995 times 10 to the negative 6, or 2 times 10 to the negative 6. This is how you calculate pH. Concentrations, like this, or pH values. You're doing a great job.